Welcome to Flashpoint Friday, a weekly series where I select one game at random from Flashpoint's archives and give it a try. And maybe, just maybe, the game might actually be good. Hello everyone, welcome back to Flashpoint Friday, and this week we have a game called Tetris Bleach Style, and according to Flashpoint, this was someone's game that they posted on their personal DeviantArt page. So I guess we'll just click start and see what we're in for. And I'm controlling the pieces with the arrow keys. And it looks like this game is exactly what it claims to be. It's Tetris, but the pieces are comprised of little pixel art heads of what I presume to be characters from the anime show Bleach. I say presumably because I have actually never watched Bleach, so I don't have really a frame of reference for any of this, but I would imagine this is obviously geared toward fans of the series. But I gotta say, the presentation so far has been pretty lacking. As you have no doubt noticed by now, there is no sound or music on this. Apparently, this game did have music at one point, but the author decided to remove it. The description is on the Flashpoint launcher. They said something about not wanting to make the admins mad, so that leads me to believe that it was copyrighted music, either from Bleach or Tetris. So, yeah, there was a version that had music, but the version that got archived on Flashpoint does not. So we're just stuck with silence. This is one of those conundrums that I've run across before on the series where a part of me doesn't want to come down too hard on this because this is, after all, just one person's little hobby project that they did for fun on their DeviantArt page. So on the one hand, I don't know, part of me kind of feels bad for not being impressed by this, but at the same time, there are certainly fan-created games out there that are a lot more engaging than this. And I have to admit that there are some elements of the gameplay itself that's kind of rough around the edges, like you probably noticed there that I flubbed up a bit on a piece there and left a little hole there. I was actually pressing right on the arrow key to try to slot it in, but the game wouldn't let me, or it didn't register the input. So yeah, this doesn't quite have the same fine control manipulation that you might come to expect from your typical Tetris experience. Yeah, this is going to be another short episode, I think. I'm not going to play this for too much longer. I'm waiting for it to give me a square piece, but it's not. I guess that's true to form for a Tetris game. The one piece you want, and the game will get stingy on giving you it. Let's see. I'll just put that there, I guess. That works. Better than nothing. Okay. Well, I wonder what happens when you get a game over. Let me just go ahead and do that. Game over, click to restart. Okay, and it just puts you right back in with a new game right away. So, guess I'll give you my thoughts here. So that's Tetris Bleach Style, and like I said, it is admittedly a one-person project on DeviantArt, so part of me doesn't want to go too hard on them, but it is pretty rough around the edges. I just tried again with that orange piece to try to slide it in, but the game wouldn't let me or didn't register it. So it's not a particularly good iteration of Tetris gameplay-wise, and the presentation leaves much to be desired. The only people I would really recommend this for would be hardcore Bleach fans and such, but your enjoyment is probably going to be pretty limited due to the lack of an aforementioned of sound, music, and other elements of presentation. So, yeah, unfortunately, this is a game that has failed to impress overall. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Flashpoint Friday, and take care, everyone.